Hi friends from Mixtapeladoa, and today we have the great opportunity to talk with Flay. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. And I was listening to you last single, Row Row. I like it. It's a very good song. I love the lyrics. For example, there was this part that got my attention. Every time I say something real, I want to take it back. Sensitive, I'm peeling back. I feel like it's something about the cancel culture that we live in now.
Oh, for me, I had never thought about that angle. For me, this song is about being vulnerable and being honest with how you feel. I originally wrote it, or I began writing it when I was starting to get into a new relationship after a really bad breakup. I was commenting, I think, to my friend, like, God, this is fucking scary. I don't want to do this again, like I'm gonna get hurt. And I think so when I say every time I say something real, I want to take it back. It's like I say like, oh my God, I think I really like you. I want to spend more time with you. I'm like, well, actually, never mind. I'm cool. I'm cool on my own. It's so I think it's that fear for me. It's about what does it feel like? What does it sound like to be vulnerable and to expose yourself to another human being? I started writing it kind of about a relationship and then suddenly went deaf in this ear, my right ear. And I was faced with this whole new kind of reality. And then my vulnerability took on a whole new dimension because I was like, man, I almost felt like a baby. I couldn't, my mobility was really difficult. My balance got all messed up from it. So I had to do all this physical therapy. And so I felt almost like I felt really vulnerable, you know? And so then as I'm finishing the song, it took on a different type of meaning and a different feeling and a different spirit. So that was the motivation and the inspiration behind it was like, how do I represent sonically being honest, being vulnerable, even when it's painful?
Right. And I feel like when I see the video, you try to show that the emotions, the feelings. And there was one part that now that you were mentioning about you lost hearing. It's like you cut the ear. It's like you try to
hmm
show that part of you. You were you scared to show that in a music video?
It felt important to me in this first video, kind of get it out of the way. You know what I mean? You know how it is when there's been a big change and you just want to tell people like, hey, this thing happened. Okay. Like and I wanted to represent it with a little bit of like a little tongue in cheek, so we put my head in a bird cage. We split my body in another scene. Like we played with these different ideas of like dismemberment, right? Or parts of the body being separated from one another. And I think I wanted there to be a little bit of a sense of humor there because even though I'm very sad that my hearing has changed, and I my right ear doesn't really work anymore. I don't want to create an atmosphere of like depression around it because I actually have a pretty, I can laugh about it. I'm not glad it happened, but like I can have a sense of humor about it and I can approach it with playfulness. And so it felt like kind of this cutting of the ear, this gory ear,
You were
like,
correct.
you know what I mean? Like that felt fun. And I wanted to do that because like you go through hard things in life and one of the things you get to do then is have a little fun with it. And so that's really what I wanted to do.
And and that's how I feel about you when you now that you're saying about like the bad things, try to make it in a good thing, try to see the positive way,
Mhm.
and that's how I feel when I was listening to your song. Maybe there's a way, and maybe that show you how you are as a person.
That song, that's like one of the most really, really personal. Like that song comes from a really true place. I mean, everything I write is comes from a real place, but that song, so interesting you mentioned it. I just played my first show back after the hearing loss last week, and I talked about it a little bit, and then I played Maybe There's a Way, and I was talking about how out of the pain, out of the darkness, out of these challenges, if you just wait a minute, so much opens up. You know, like there's just so many possibilities, and there's light, and there's a future that is different, you know, and if only we can kind of wait a minute, just take a beat, you know, and make a change. And, you know, okay, I'll make my bed, I'll get up, I'll do that, I'll go to the grocery store, I'll do this. You know, you kind of start building the blocks of, you know, small change, which create big change. And I think I really, as I approach life and, you know, talk to my friends and my fans and everybody, it's just how do we take our hard times, moments of doubt, moments of shame, moments of, you know, failure sometimes too. How do we take those? How do we find the light? Because the light is there. Sometimes it's just a little pinpoint, and it's hard to see, you know. But it is. I do profoundly believe that, like, it is there, and we can't find it.
I love it because it's just about to be patient, to be, you know, it's there. You just have to find a way. But I
Mhm.
think like we're living in a world that people are very patient. They just want everything fast, and they don't see the small things, the small details that we have around in our environment.
Oh my God, absolutely. And, you know, one of the things about meditation as a practice is it just increases your awareness of really what is happening. You know, you can't see it, but right next to me is this giant plant so I got this plant. This is kind of a side note, but my friends gave me this plant when I moved into this house, which was like 2 years ago. It was a pretty small plant. And now it is, I mean, I have like 8 plants, pretty big plants in the house, but like this plant is crazy. It's like, looks like it's from the jungle. Like it has grown so much. And like sometimes I sit here or stand here because I stand and when I do interviews and talk on the phone and stuff, and I just look at this beautiful plant, and it's like, this plant is literally growing right now. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just a small little thing. But when I think about this plant, it makes me so happy. You know, it's just one little, like, I know that's kind of a strange example, but like, even no matter what's happening with me right now, right next to me, this plant is growing, and I nourish it and help it to grow. And like, that's beautiful. That's awesome. You know, like, and that's just when I'm present, when I'm not thinking a million steps ahead, and I'm not, you know, I can like, I can appreciate some of these things, and that helps me to, I think, find those points of lightness and, you know, like forward momentum.
Well, that's cool. It's like you enjoy the moment, you enjoy the present instead of going
Yes.
to the future. Sometimes it's good to think about the future, but sometimes it's breathe and enjoy what you have there. That's
Oh
cool.
my God. Yeah. This plant. I love this plant.
Now that you're talking about enjoyment, how do you enjoy back to the concert, back to touring?
Oh my God. I love it. You know, I love playing live shows. I love going to live shows. I think concerts are like just the best. You know, it's everybody getting together to enjoy something and to have a good time and to be in like community with one another. And so I had my first show back last week, and then I begin touring a week from today. I'm doing a tour with one of my good friends, grandson. And I don't know if we're playing New York. Uh,
Near Philadelphia. I'm like
oh,
20
you're near
minutes.
Philly.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes.
okay. So, okay. Well, we're playing Philly, I forget
Yeah.
what day, but,
June 4th. I checked. I bought the ticket
okay.
actually.
Oh, okay. Okay. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. I'll be so happy for you to see the show. You know, I'm really excited. I'm playing new music people can't, like, unreleased new music. So that's always exciting. It's, you know, it's, I don't want to say it's my favorite part of the job, but I love it. I love being on the road. I think the live show it's one of the last remaining places in music where there's unpredictability. When you record music now, it's so controlled, and like there's so many technological ways to manage it. And the live show still has
The human
a little
part.
bit of, yeah, the human part,
Yeah.
exactly. And so,
Yeah.
and I love that. I'm really excited.
Amazing. I just can't wait to see you. I'm it's in June 4. I know Jack Case is opening for you.
Yes.
I was amazed because that's one of my new artists that I want to see too, and it's all of them in one show. It's like it's
I
like a,
love it. I
yeah.
love it. I think it's gonna be yeah, I think it's gonna be a great night of music and just really, Jordan, a grandson, puts on a great show. It's gonna be a good night.
If there's a hope that you might go to Latin America, like to Peru, for example.
I am extremely hopeful that I will be playing Latin America in 2024. I'm
Uh-huh.
I'm I'm trying to manifest it. So I'll keep you posted, but that's what I'm hoping to do. So hopefully I will be down there soon.
Oh, that would be awesome because I will book my flight and go over there and see you
I'll
because I
book I'll
know.
book my flight too.
I don't know. You want to say some words to you Peruvian fans that you have it there because you have it. I know.
Yeah, I guess, for the Peruvian fans, I so appreciate you guys listening. And I'm really, as I say, really hopeful that I'll be able to get to play a show for you soon. It would be really just a tremendous honor and privilege. So I'm hoping it can happen. And in the meantime, thank you. I hope you love the new music. I've been working really hard to make something special.
I have a good time right now.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see you
Um,
next month.
Same. I was gonna say I'll see you in Philly in a month.
Awesome.
Okay. Thank you so much.